Hey folks, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're installing those cool side blades that the GT4 RS has on its rear diffuser. We're putting them on my GT4. And if you've been hesitating to do this mod because you gotta drill holes, I've got an awesome solution today that's gonna make you wanna do the mod. Keep watching. So the GT4 RS came out and it added a bunch of extra aero, including these little blades that hide right down here. These may have some aerodynamic effect. I'm not sure how much it matters when you throw them on a GT4, but I think we can all agree they look pretty cool. Not only that, they're probably gonna help protect the paint here under the bumper a bit. You can see on my PPF, it's a little bit beaten up from rock chips. You can just simply add those side blades to the diffuser. However, you do need to drill holes. And I'm sure that's one of the things that's kept people from doing this mod, but in this episode, I'm gonna share with you my free template you can download where you can mark the holes exactly where they need to go, and those blades are gonna go right in the correct position. It's gonna make it so much easier for you. Now, before we get started, I want to thank the Trailblazers for this mod. Sean Hong has done a video installing these, and so has Blendline Garage. And I thank them, I've watched their videos. It helped me make a plan for this video. And of course, I'm bringing you something in addition, and that is those templates to make the installation so much easier. So first, let's talk about parts. I'll have all part numbers and links to parts down in the description, so be sure to look down there. Where do you get your parts? Well, you could just walk into the dealer and order them there. You're gonna pay that full dealer price, but often they don't charge shipping, and that's kind of nice. However, I tend to order from Porsche parts houses like Gowden Porsche Parts or Delaware Porsche Parts. They charge a sort of wholesale rate, but there is significant shipping involved, so you want to look at the pricing and decide what you want to do. They do list the dealer price there, so you can sort of compare. A lot of people, of course, shop at Suncoast, but Suncoast has sort of a shopping mall setup, and they don't sell these blades separately. They sell a whole GT4 RS diffuser with the blades, and that's something you could do if you want it a little easier, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be all the parts that come in together. I believe there's a way to contact Suncoast and order by part number, but I've never done that before. For this mod, you only need 2 parts plus some screws. You need each of the side blades. There's a left and right, they're 2 different part numbers. Then you need at least 6 of these screws. These are T30 screws with a nice little shoulder on them. They're actually the same screws that hold on underneath the bumper and I believe the fender liners. Now in the forums, I'd seen people say that you needed to get these other screws from Porsche. They cost me, I think, almost 70 bucks. What a waste for me, because they don't thread into these side blades, so don't order those. The side blades take these screws instead. I happen to have some already, and you only need 6, but I do recommend ordering a few more because sometimes on other parts of your car, screws disappear, and it's always nice to have some extras, and they're pretty cheap. In this video, you're gonna see me replace my diffuser as well because I did damage it recently, and you don't need to buy a new diffuser. However, if you ever do, or if you have an RS and you wanna replace your diffuser, understand this very important point. I don't know what differences there are between an RS diffuser and the regular one. They look identical to me, except the RS one probably already has holes drilled to add those side blades. However, the RS does have an RS tax. You can see that it costs quite a bit more than the regular GT4 diffuser, so I decided to not buy that just because it has drilled holes, and I decided to make my own template instead. So how about that template? You can go to my website, jetfuelgarage.com, where I've got all sorts of stuff, including links and descriptions about various products I've loved and used in this channel, but you can download the template there, print it out, make sure it's the correct size, and cut out the templates. You then tape them to the diffuser and mark your holes, remove them, drill your holes, and install your side blades. I've made it that easy, and you're gonna get the perfect fit. All right, I've told you where to get your parts, which parts to buy, and how to get that template. Let's get on with the install. I'll start with a quick overview so you can get the big picture, and then we're gonna get on with the details, so don't skip that part. So let's get started. The first thing you need are tools. You need a T25 and T30 Torx bit, as well as an appropriate driver. And then I do recommend a pry tool, not just any plastic pry tool. I really like my metal skin tool. I'll have a link to this down in the description. It's a little more sturdy, and these are heavy duty plastic clips on the diffuser that you will appreciate this metal tool. To install the side blades, we need to remove the diffuser, which is held on by 13 screws. Once those are off, you can just pry away the diffuser from the bumper and it comes right off. After that, remove 6 T25 Torx screws to remove the 2 exhaust outlets and separate the inner from the outer half. Now you can use my template to mark and drill the necessary holes and install the side blades. Reassemble the parts and then reinstall the diffuser into the bumper. That's just the quick overview. Stick around for the details. Alright, here are the screw locations that we're going to remove, T25 in red and T30s in blue. We need to first remove the center diffuser tunnel, which is held on by T25s, 6 of them. They look like this. They have a shoulder and fine threads. Slide that straight on out. On the back side of that, there are T30s. There are 3 of them. They look very similar to the ones you just removed, but they are different, so make sure those go back in there. And then you have T30s on each side, one here and one right behind the tire. Do that on both sides. Now you've removed all the screws you need to pull off the diffuser. Just grab it and pull. It will start to come out from this edge. You can see these giant clips here. Use your pry tool if needed to assist in getting the clips out, but most of them come out just with some tugging. Consider protecting your paint with some masking tape if you don't have PPF. I worked with the right side and then the left side, and then the center came out pretty easy. With the diffuser out, lay it out on the ground. I suggest laying down a blanket to protect your plastic from the surface, but I'm throwing away this diffuser. I'll lay down a blanket later. The diffuser is made of an outside part as well as an inside support structure. That's a separate part, and I'll have all part numbers down below if you ever need to replace them. The inner support structure is held on by 6 coarse threaded T25 screws located at each of these positions. You can't see this one over here because that's where the diffuser was damaged. The exhaust trims are held in place with clips, and I found it easiest to pry where the screws were first. Once those sections are off, the rest seem to release quickly. Do this for both. Now we can remove the inner structure. I started here where those other screw holes were and pried these sections up. These are really big clips, and they did give me some trouble. I had to work on them for a little while, both from the outside and from the back side. Eventually, they come loose. You'll also need to work the ends. You'll see 3 giant clips here on the ends. Just work those with your pry tool. Again, the metal tool is way better. With all of them released, the interior structure comes off. Here's my brand new diffuser. I'm gonna lay this down on the blanket and I'm gonna add on my side blades. They attach just like this. I'm gonna grab my template, make sure you use the right side. You're gonna line up the straight edge of the template with the seam and the plastic. I'm gonna tape it down right there at that seam. And then I'm gonna add another piece of tape just to hold it steady in place while I mark the holes. I'm using a sharp instrument like this pick to put small holes right where the template says. Now you can remove the template and you'll see your 3 holes, which should line up with where the screw holes are on the blade. For this application, I prefer to use a stepped drill bit. So I'm going to use one just like this, and I'm going to go to the 3rd step. On this one, it's 3/8 of an inch, which is just under 10 millimeters. You can go a little smaller, like 6 millimeters, but I like the extra size so that the screw has a little wiggle room if I need to make a small adjustment. This first hole fits the screw head perfectly at 6 millimeters, but I'm going to make it a little bigger later. Drill out the rest of your holes, and then you can attach the side blade. Insert all 3 screws and tighten them down until they are firmly in place. Now just repeat for the other side. Tape on your template, mark your holes, drill the holes, install the side blade. At this point, you can put the diffuser back on loosely and try to identify if you're happy with the positioning of the blades. They should be just fine, but if you left some wiggle room in your holes, you can make some minor adjustments. With the side blades attached, we can now reinstall the interior structure. It's just the same as the reverse, but here are some tips. I started with the center section and got those giant clips into place. Then I clipped those down there, and then these three, try to put them all in at the exact same time. And there's a little bit right there that needs to hook over this part here. So I'm gonna make sure it hooks over, and then I'm gonna try to apply pressure and get them all three down at the same time. I found that the two inner ones are more likely to clip in, and the outer one was hard to get to. You may have to fiddle with it for a little bit. Then install the exhaust port outlet trims. Those, same thing, just click them in close to where those screw holes are, and the rest should follow easily. And then reinstall those coarse threaded T25 screws. There should be 6 of them. I didn't do the one on the far right of the screen because my interior structure was broken off there. It's no big deal though. Now we can install the diffuser. Just get it lined up and press it in. It's pretty easy actually. Tap it with your hand as needed. Make sure everything looks like it's mostly in place, and if you want, you can now attach those 3 screws in the back. They're T30s. On the side, you need to make sure that this slot is filled with the slot for the screw that's attached to the bumper right here by my finger. So slide that into that slot I showed you before, and it should layer in together like this. Take a T30 screw and install it up in this hole. Don't forget to do the other side as well. Then you can slide in your center diffuser tunnel and reinstall the 6 T25 screws. And that, folks, completes everything. Give it a good wipe down and appreciate your work. They look really good, but this was the first install with my templates, and I found that the holes needed to be adjusted very slightly. You can see the leading edge here is short by about 2 millimeters, and it could have used a little more rake to fit a little tighter against the bumper. I've since revised the templates. Let me know how they work out for you. Now, I wanted to mention that some people have installed this without drilling holes or removing the diffuser by simply attaching the blades with that one underside screw and some double-sided tape. But I think this is the better way to install it. It's more solid and not at risk of falling off. All right, we've done it. We've installed the GT4 RS side blades on my GT4, and I think it looks great. It should have come from the factory this way. Overall, it was pretty easy, and my templates really made it much easier. The hardest part, of course, is working with those darn plastic clips. It's a little frustrating, but just take your time and get it done. I think if you follow this video, you'll be able to knock this out. So what do you think? Is it a worthy mod? Do you think it looks better this way? Comment below and let me know. Otherwise, if you like this video, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and maybe hitting the bell to be notified of future Porsche mods. Thanks so much for watching the Jet Fuel Only channel. Stay fast, but stay safe. We'll see you next time.